Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Hammonton Joint Land Use Meeting for Wednesday, June 3rd. Notice of this meeting has been posted and given to official newspapers. Please familiarize yourself with the fire exits to the right and the rear of the council chambers. There is smoking in Town Hall. Please do not proceed beyond the front benches without an invitation to do so. Please silence your cell phones. After we have the Pledge of Allegiance, can we have a moment of silence? One of our board members lost his wife in this past week, and if we, Kozik, and if we could have just a moment of silence after the Pledge of Allegiance. So if we could please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm sorry. Thank you, everyone. Shelley, can we have a roll call, please?
Jonathan Bass. Ralph Capaccio.
Here.
Michael Kozik.
Here.
James Mitro.
Here.
Michael Messina. Mickey Palia.
Here.
Ray Scipione.
Here.
Ed Willerman.
Here.
Chris Palmani. Philip Barbagallo.
Here.
Jesse Childs. Chairman Olivo.
Here. Just want to make one announcement. I understand there's a little bit of information going out there on Facebook about data centers. We have no open applications in the town of Hammonton at this time. And just to have a little bit of wording out to the public, data centers are not a specifically permitted use in any of our zone districts, nor will they fit under the definitions of any of the permitted uses currently allowed in our ordinances or a category of any currently permitted use. As such, an ordinance with section 175-145A3, they are not permitted, and a use variance pursuant to that would be needed if they were proposed. Specifically, that sets forth that use is not permitted in any zone of the town unless specifically included as a use or category of use in this chapter in the specific zone district. Town council does not have to take any action as they are not permitted. A specific ordinance prohibiting them or attempting to place a moratorium on data centers does nothing but open the town to potentially liability if anyone were to challenge them. Moreover, even if an ordinance was passed specifically prohibiting them, an applicant can still apply for a use variance. The exact same application a data center could submit now. So there is no open applications. They are not permitted in the town. If someone wants to put in an application, they could do so at any time. I just wanted to make that perfectly clear before we started the meeting tonight, because I know there was some things out there on Facebook, whether or not we were doing something. It is not on the agenda. Everybody's free to speak if you want to speak, but we're not really discussing it tonight at all. So going that, you know, you're here for the meeting and you could speak after we get through our agenda. Like I said, it's an open time through the open part of the public information. But we're not here to really discuss data centers tonight, or does anyone have an application on file? That being said, we have one planning board issue. James and Annalisa Jackson, applicant seeks a curb and sidewalk waiver located in the AP zone, which is 801 7th Street, Hammonton. Could the applicant come forward and be sworn in, please? If you go up to the microphone. Sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Yep, ready to go?
Yes.
Alrighty. Yep, so my name's Jim Jackson. That's my wife, Annalise, over there. We are here applying for a sidewalk and curb waiver. You mentioned we are zoned agriculture production on 7th Street. It's a local road. Current.
Can I interrupt?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You swear the witness, could you raise your right hand?
Oh.
You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Very good.
All right. Currently, we've been working with the Pinelands Commission for several years, so we're super conscious about impervious material on the property. Doing so with a curb and sidewalk, not only would that add more impervious material, but it would also affect our stormwater runoff. So I think congruent with the Joint Land Use Board engineering plan or report, this would alter the stormwater runoff from the street, not onto our property, but to our neighboring property. It is a quiet road. Nobody else on the street has a curb or sidewalk. Not that that justifies us not having that, but I think practically and cosmetically it doesn't suit the property. I think the road's a little over a mile long. Our property sits right in the middle of it. I think from a practicality standpoint, there's not a lot of foot traffic or regular traffic, so I don't think a sidewalk would support that. And it seemed that the engineering firm that submitted their report on behalf of the Joint Land Use Board kind of agreed with that. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions for me, but that
Yeah, and the street's not very wide either, so it's kind of like, and I know about where you're locating to build your house. I kind of agree with you. Anybody have any questions before we turn to James?
I do. What are you trying to do? You're just trying to build a house?
I'm building a single-family dwelling that is an accessory to agricultural production.
And you say you've been working with the Pinelands Commission
Yes, sir.
for how many years?
We've owned the property for 5 years, so we've been dealing with them for about 4.
4 years? to
Yeah,
get-
then we finally got to this point. We do have their preliminary approval, and now we're going through the process of.
What took them 4 years to get to this point?
That's a great question. There is a little bit of wetlands in the back of the property, so we went through the formality of getting our wetlands delineated, the buffer also delineated on the plot plan and all that. So between those setbacks and, a formal plot and grading plan, stormwater management plan, it's a lot of engineering work. And
Right, quite a bit.
Yeah,
For a
yeah.
single, and how many, how large is the plot?
the plot is 22 acres.
22 acres?
Yes, sir.
4 years, one house, 22 acres?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just so we have that clear.
Yeah. I do want to move here.
One of the things we've discussed here plenty of times at this point in time is about the sidewalks and where they don't need to be and where they need to be, but within our regulations, James?
Right, within our ordinances, I think the town does require curb and sidewalk for new development, including residential. So hence, he's asking for a waiver, which is also part of our ordinance. The property is in the AP production zone, and that's not one of the listed 3 sidewalk areas in our ordinances. I did drive by. You're right. It's a very tight street, narrow street. Have you applied for an individual lot grading plan for this property?
Yes, we have.
Okay. So, any other comments related to the building of the home would be taken care of during the individual lot grading process. But I don't have any concerns with waiving the sidewalk curb.
James, I think you should also point out that the pavement width there is what, around 18 feet?
The right-of-way is 50 feet wide. I didn't personally measure the pavement, but it's close to like 18
close
to
to
20. Yep.
So if we would put a sidewalk requirement.
You diminish the size of the driving width.
Now, would that have to be put at the right-of-way?
It has to be in the right-of-way, correct?
So this sidewalk would be well off of the paved width of the street?
Correct. Correct.
Probably in the middle of his front yard, so
Correct.
attached to nothing.
Attached to that. There's no sidewalk along 7th Street. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think so.
No, you are correct.
Yeah, a mile down the road, there's nothing, right?
Thank you, Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I'm very familiar with this property. It's across the street from the old farm that I used to work at. Drainage, if you put curb and sidewalk there, the road's gonna flood. It's in a lower spot of 7th Street, 22 acres. When I'm a realtor, I sold that property probably 20, 30 years ago, and the guy waited about 4 years and ended up buying a house because he said, I can't deal with the Pinelands anymore.
Yeah.
And that was probably 20 years ago. So That's it.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Anyone else have any other questions? Our solicitor, please. Oh, yeah, anyone from the public wishing to be heard on this matter? Seeing none, thank you.
Chairman, I'm going to need a motion to approve the request for curb and sidewalk waiver for 801 7th Street, Block 1601, Lot 52. Motion.
Second.
Motion first and second, I don't know who said that, but okay.
You're on record.
All right.
Matron?
Make sure red.
Thank you.
Any questions, any discussion? Can we have a roll call, please?
Jonathan Bass?
Yes.
Ralph Capaccio?
Yes.
Michael Hozick?
Yes.
James Matro?
Yes.
Mickey Palia?
Yes.
Ray Shapion?
Yes.
Ed Willerman?
Yes.
Philip Barbagallo?
Yes.
Chairman Oliva?
Yes, motion carried. You were a little quicker than the Pinelands for you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you,
Good luck
guys.
with your new home.
Thank you.
There's no zoning board issues tonight. We do have two resolutions. One was things we did the last meeting. Joseph Pino, applicant for 934 13th Street, applicant for lot line adjustment for lots 4 and 13. We need a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
First and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jonathan Bass?
Yes.
Ralph Capaccio?
Yes.
Michael Hozick?
Yes.
James Matro?
Yes.
Mickey Palia? Ray Shapion?
Yes.
Ed Willerman?
Yes.
Philip Barbagallo?
Yes.
Chairman Oliva?
Yes, motion carried. The second one was for Ronald and Elizabeth Penza, 460B, 466 South Chew Road in Hammonton. Applicant was approved for a minor subdivision for lot line adjustments, lot 19 and 20. No other improvements proposed. Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Willerman,
Second.
Mr. Matro. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jonathan Bass?
Yes.
Ralph Capaccio?
Yes.
Michael Hozick?
Yes.
James Matro?
Yes.
Mickey Palia?
Yes.
Ray Shapion?
Yes.
Ed Willerman?
Yes.
Philip Barbagallo?
Yes.
Chairman Oliva?
Yes, motion carried. At this point, we'll be opening it up to the public. I will say one more thing, that at the last council meeting, the mayor was proposing having experts come in for the June 22nd meeting. That, at this point in time, has been postponed or canceled. The whole point, this was the thing that I got from their solicitor, the whole point of the June 22nd meeting was for council to hear from Pinelands, an expert familiar with current technology and data centers, a government official that could speak to the benefits and impacts of data centers. But it's my understanding that we don't need to do this at this point in time because it's not going to change anything. Because what will have to happen is, as I discussed, was they'll have to come and make a formal application of which we have none. So at this point in time, there's a number of people here. If you want to come forward and speak, you may do so. Come up to the microphone, please, and state your name and address. But we will not be really discussing data centers tonight. But please, if you want to come forward and discuss it, come forward.
Can you discuss the data center question?
Come on up forward, please. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. If you would pick up the microphone, let us know
I
who
have a
you
bit of
are
a
and
cold,
your
so.
address.
Hi, my name's Denise Ashworth. Is anybody here thinking they're here because of the data center issue? Very good. Are you all disappointed that we're not even touching upon that? Okay. So, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but every single one of you, if you, the chairman, said there's absolutely no applications, no considerations, no anything on data centers coming to the Hammonton. Is that correct?
We, at this point in time, do not have
don't?
any applications in the mix that we know about
Okay.
coming forward. No one has approached us, and they would have to go through, upstairs. And there's no applications on file at this point in time.
Okay.
Can I
are
ask
any-
a question?
Yeah.
Where did you get the information that there was and that this board would be acting?
Just advocates that were talking about data centers. It's been all over Facebook. And they talked about how Buddy Reiser was coming on June 22nd to talk about things. We know who he is and what he does, and I'm glad he's not going to be here. We'll see where he pops up
Do
next.
these people have a name? I mean, they put this.
Buddy Reiser? Oh, those people, it's just a data center advocate, or non-data center advocacy. There's just so many grassroots people in communities out there that are just curious. We're all here because we're curious, right? I think so. You know, how many of you are farmers? You have property?
Yeah.
At one point in time, when, if and then this comes forward, you know, then at that point in time, it has to come before us. It has to go through the whole process, and certainly who's ever not in favor or in favor could come forward and speak. And I'm not shutting you down.
No, that's okay. I'm not,
What's your address
I'm
again?
easy. I actually live in Shamong.
Oh, okay.
I want to try to see what you all do as zoning people, because now it's
I
different
mean,
in
because there's been a
land.
lot of things that's in the newspaper, and there was a thing in the
Yeah.
press of Atlantic City today that talked about Hammonton, and they're throwing like an ordinance in there to stall it, to
Yeah.
wait and see.
Right, right.
So at
right.
this point in time, I mean, we all need a little bit more education, whether it comes
Sure.
to what's good, whether it's not good. And I'm not at this point in time.
So I just want to ask one more question. So say you want to sell, somebody comes to you from some high-tech place
Sure.
and says, we want your land.
We're
And-
under
and
farmland preservation, so
Whatever.
we couldn't even.
You just say you're an average
Sure.
farmer guy with 50 acres, and they want your land. Okay, so my question is, you're thinking about it. What does somebody like this fella here who's thinking about selling?
Again, we're not, this isn't a open,
This is not even on the agenda.
Right,
If you want to hold a public meeting,
Right.
public, you're more than free.
I just want to know that no matter what happens, they all have to go to you first to apply.
that
Is
is
that
correct.
right?
The
Okay.
bottom line is,
Cool
it's
with
not a permitted use. Right now, they're not allowed to do it. They would have to file an application and offer reasons that are sufficient, and then the board would have to agree. None of that is happening.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not happening.
I have to believe you all, I just wanted to
No,
know.
and
No.
here's the other thing. You will get notice,
Yeah,
and you'll be invited to come, and you could speak as long as you want.
okay.
But I just want to make sure you know that this board has no authority and is not having any discussions
Okay.
about AI or any other thing that's not on the agenda.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
And
so,
if I can, not to prolong this, you just heard from Mr. Jackson tonight. He's been at the Pinelands for 4 years to build a house
Yes,
on 22 acres in the ag production zone.
okay.
Anything that wants to come before this board has to go through Pinelands, get their certificate of filing and approval before they could even apply here. I mean, so if they started, I don't know of anything happening, if they started tomorrow, it's 4 or 5 years down the road, and it's not permitted in the town of Hammonton.
Okay.
These other towns you're reading about in the paper, their ordinances might not be as
Right.
good. And I very
I'm
rarely
gonna
say our
find
ordinances
out
are good,
on
but
Tuesday, on the
we
9th,
have
what my
our
is.
ordinance is pretty good on this, so, you know, obviously you can tell, I am 100% against data centers.
like we said, this is not as.
And I understand, and I'm done. My last question
is.
is there a master plan for down here somewhere? Do you have a master plan that's for
There
public?
is, you could go online, townofhammonton.gov, and
And
you'll
get that?
you'll be able to find it.
Okay, thank you for your.
Sufficient to say that if it took 4 years for a poor gentleman to get to this
Well-
point on a house,
Yeah.
I don't think we would get
Well,
to a
you know,
data center
he's a
here at this
house.
point and let
A
it,
data center
anything less than
offering
40 years.
$200,000 an acre is different than a house.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to say anything? No? Are you all happy with what they're saying?
Also, I want to say, everyone can always view the agendas on the Town of Hammonton website. They're always posted. I'm the board secretary, I post them myself, we have to post them. And it always will have on there, like tonight's agenda, it had Mr. Jackson and the fact that he was applying for the curb and sidewalk waiver. It's a good way, if you want to keep up on topics that you feel strongly about, to view that. And as well as if you're on the 200-foot list, they have to notice if they're, everything except for the curb and sidewalk waiver has to notice everyone within 200 feet of their property
By
that they're
mail.
proposing to do.
By mail, but there'll be
Yeah.
public notice in the newspaper. And the reason we stick to an agenda is because people who didn't come here think that this is all that's being discussed, and they have a right to believe that's what's being
I
discussed.
did ask when I got here, was there any kind of agenda that you could give?
Yeah,
out?
what's agenda online?
It's just online.
And I assure you that I would believe that if there was anything such as that coming to the town of Hammonton or a proposal, there'd be enough information out there between, you know, our website, newspapers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we're not there, okay? Not at all. I mean, and again, this was just a general meeting for what we had, short agenda tonight. And if anyone else would like to speak, or, you know, you can come forward.
Thank you. My
And your
name is
name and
Tom
address,
Rizzo.
please.
Pardon me?
Your name and address?
Yeah, my name is Tom Rizzo. I live in Nesco at 3858 Moores Avenue.
Is that microphone on?
It is. So we're not gonna hear it, they can hear it through the broadcast. It's not.
I'm sorry, what was that?
If you could just speak up a little bit, that's all.
Still?
Yeah.
How's that? No, the only reason I'm standing here in front of you is to just say that today I did a little research. It took me about a half an hour to an hour at most about data centers and what the implications are. And I just want to invite all of you to take a little bit of time when you can to familiarize yourself with the pros and cons of the data centers so that you know what the usage is, when it does and if it does come up for us. It's easy enough to find it, and it's very interesting because most of the information when you go to Google is AI.
Of course.
Which, but it's very good information. So I just wanted to just.
Okay, thank you very much.
You bet.
And one thing I would like that there's a lot of people out here tonight, and they got their information through social media and Facebook and so forth, and there doesn't seem to be any accountability because from the hearsay that I have, and I didn't see anything on Facebook, and I am on Facebook, it said that the board would be acting on a data center in some capacity tonight. And that's not really fair to you people all turning out here concerned and taking your time and your effort, and whoever put that out there, I mean, they should be held to some level of accountability. If everything else that they post about anything, including data centers or man in the moon marigolds, is as accurate as the information they put out there about what was happening here tonight, then I think you better be very skeptical about what you listen to on social media.
That being said, check our website, check the Town of Hammonton website, and you always see what's on our agenda at any point in time.
Sam, she had her hand up over there. I'm sorry.
It was a very coordinated effort also
Yes.
Hi
online.
there. Okay, my name is Charlene Maycott, and I live on Railroad Avenue in Mullica, Hammonton. We live on the acreage, and I work in Atlantic City, and coming home to the peace of Hammonton is what I love. I am not coming here because of Facebook and fear and all that kind of stuff, but I just graduated from Stockton, yes, at 61.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I gotta go back myself.
Oh, I love it. It's a great thing to do. But you know what? Learning about the things that I've learned about, which, you know, wasn't just English and writing research papers,
I'm so
but
sorry,
thank God I
ma'am.
did.
Can you click the button? The mic is not on.
Yep,
Thank you.
now it's on. Okay. So I just wanted to say that it's not only through Facebook that things like this is going on, but I learned in our science classes what is happening and what will happen and the aquifers that are going to be dried up. And I went on and I did research on people who live close by to that, and they are having to re-drill their wells. All this stuff is happening. So it's not just Facebook, and I understand what you mean, like you really have to look into it and find out what's happening. But to be honest, I am going to be watching, and the reason that I wanted to come up before was to ask you, you said that there's nothing that can be done right now because it's like not in, you know, in the
Yeah,
works
there's
and all
nothing in
that
the
kind of
works,
stuff.
correct.
So everybody will be notified. There won't be anything like what was happening in Williamstown where everybody came out and they fought it and they thought everything was good and it was voted down and all that. And then after that, they said, well,
you know, some people knew about it ahead of time and they did this work and that work. So just to be sure.
We understand.
Excuse me, I think Williamstown had an ordinance that listed data centers, I believe.
Again, we're
Yeah.
really not going to get totally
All right,
into it,
that's fine.
but
No, but
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't
I think what
something that was
Mr.
gonna
Willerman
happen
was trying
here.
to say wasn't about the subject matter, it was about the notice. Rely upon the notice that comes from this building.
Right.
And not from the notices on Facebook from some person who says that Aaron Brockovich is gonna show up here.
Right.
Is Erin here?
But thank you very much. We
I just don't wanna
understand.
waste your
Yeah,
time.
and we understand, okay? We're completely understand what's going on, okay? I assure you.
And that's to say that there is nothing right now, and you can go to the bank on that. But that doesn't preclude anything from happening in the near future. And if it happens, then
But an
It-
application, but an
It will be
application
out there.
process has to happen.
it'll be out there in a legitimate way, so that everybody has a chance to see it.
Can you hear me? Hello? Paul Davila, 563 Central. So I think a lot of the reason people are here is because they heard Buddy Reiser was going to be at this next meeting in the 22nd, and he's a national name in terms of people who are like on the list of people that get stuff done when you're talking about putting a data center in. That's why everybody was concerned. But my concern is really I just want to hear your thoughts on a lot of these data centers skirt zoning laws a little bit by, either classifying as like light industrial or, various automation warehouses. Do we have any kind of ideas about, or like any like guardrails in place so they can't like get around,
It's not a permitted use.
explicitly, like data centers?
Explicitly.
Okay.
No, it's, the only permitted use is that if it's listed as a use, that's permitted. The statute says if it's not on that list, it's not permitted.
Gotcha.
But under any circumstance, somebody could always file, you could file for a use variance to put a garage on your property. Will it be granted? Probably not, but you have the right to bring that in. It's provided by statute. So that's all we're saying, is nobody has made an application. The initial response from the planner and our professionals would be, it's not permitted.
Gotcha. That's perfect. I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we understand.
And one thing else, Joe, I think with any applicant, regardless of what, regardless of what the application's for, whether it's a permitted use or a use variance, this board has to be independent. We can't prejudge applications before they're made carte blanche before the board. That would be very unfair. And we can't go off of whatever noise is out there in the general public. We have to judge it on its merits and how it complies, and most importantly, how it either supports or does not support our master plan, how it fits in, and more, if we're talking about a use variance, how it will not create a detriment to the plan that we have for the town. So that's all part of the word we hear all the time bandied around, the due process that every applicant is afforded. So to say we are this way or that way, I wish my fellow board members would not say that. We are supposed to be objective. We're supposed to go on the basis and merits of the application and the information and the science that is presented to the board before we make any kind of pronouncements.
That's
whether
correct. Well
one
said.
or the other.
Okay.
I have one last question. As a solicitor, you have every contract goes through your eyes, right? In this township?
No.
No.
No, I review every application
For,
to this
for,
board.
okay. for
And they would
contract.
have to ask for a use variance under this circumstance. The professionals, planner and engineer would review them, they would offer a report, and then as Mr. Willerman said, they would judge that application based upon the law and the criteria that's laid out in the law. Not laid out by this board, but laid out by the law in New Jersey as to whether they created a hazard and so forth, those things. But this board can't give you a preliminary opinion because whoever's developer would come in and said, these people were prejudiced against me already, and they never even heard my case yet. So we're trying to be objective in keeping our objectivity because this board has that obligation under the statute.
And that goes to whether or not it's the thing for a data center, or it's a structure that's on the property.
Yeah.
Any use variance.
It's our responsibility to understand the use as a whole, as the application, right? So somebody building a warehouse, what are you putting in the warehouse, right? And as soon as it's a data center, then that's where the conversation, it's our responsibility and our professionals' responsibility to understand exactly what the applicant is trying to do with that structure, with that piece of property.
Can I just ask Mr. Wellman a quick question? Okay, so do I have to go back?
Yes, please. Just so the public could hear you.
I'll get more steps in. All right, so Mr. Willerman, I understand what you're saying. And yes, I understand that, you know, you can't prejudge, and that's fine. But prejudge and research should be two different things. Because if you do a lot of research on it with an open mind, because that's what I did, because I tried to come in thinking, well, a lot of people are using AI. They're doing it in schools and things like that, which sometimes scares me a little, but you can't put both things in the same pot. Research is one thing, know both sides of it. But just to say that you're going to prejudge, no, don't prejudge, but educate yourself.
Well,
Two different things.
In answer to your question, every application we have, you heard sidewalk waiver, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is the application that came in for a sidewalk waiver. I mean, I don't know how many pages are here. But for me, you talk about research.
Yeah.
What I do is, whatever application comes in, I go look at the site myself. I judge the site by myself. I take a look at it and say, all right, this applicant wants a sidewalk waiver. Putting a sidewalk down this street would be ridiculous. And,
I used to live on that street, I agree.
And the applicant came forward, and we made that judgment here. But that doesn't mean that I didn't do my research on it, or if we're going to turn around and build a warehouse on Basin Road, you know, I turn around at that point in time, look at it, what kind of warehouse, where's it going to be, how's traffic going to be? I look at all that stuff with every application, and every other board member should be doing the same thing. Not prejudge and say, well, no, I don't want, you know, that here, because that does prejudge yourself. But you could do the research, like you said, with every application. And then come in and listen to the applicant and hear the positives and the negatives that they have to say.
I understand that,
Right.
but the one thing that I'm asking is if somebody does a ton of research and they realize that this is very detrimental, I don't know if it, you know, if I could do that, I could come in and I could listen to the positives, because that's what I did when I did my research. I went in thinking I'm not going to think one way or the other, even though I was hearing one thing. But once you hear all the things that are happening to people who live right near those areas, you know,
But
that's why I
say-
just say learn and research. Don't just.
We understand that, but your opinion may be different than my opinion.
Exactly.
As everybody else's.
And this is the wonderful United States of America.
There you go.
We all have our own opinions.
Okay.
But it's also like when you are put in office to protect these people, it's a good idea
I understand.
to do that research. Thank you.
We'll kind of wrap this up a little bit if we could. If you want to come forward, come on.
How's it going? Can you guys hear me without the mic?
Keep it short.
No, we can't because it
cannot hear
goes,
me?
it's being broadcast.
That's for TV.
Does this one work?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So this is okay. Okay, great.
But you
Christina
gotta lean into
Camuso,
that one.
what's that?
If you're gonna use that one, you have to.
We'll just make it easy. I'm gonna conform to what everyone else is doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you could keep it a little short.
Can you hear me now?
Please. Yes.
Shall I start a riddle or a song?
A song.
Okay, so my name is Christina Camuso. I live at 400 West Orchard. I think the biggest thing to see here is you guys, right? We see what's happening all through social media. I'm not a social media person, so I try to steer away from that, to Ed's point, right? I don't think they deserve to be penalized because it's freedom of speech, but I do think you guys should do your due diligence in understanding what is applicable. But I think in reality, this is one case where getting the cart before the horse should apply, right? In the town sense, right? You guys, as people from Hammonton and those who have come from outside of Hammonton, thank you. Do your research, right? Know what the Pinelands requirements are. Know what the town ordinances are, right? Educate yourself so you can come prepared. and actually fight the fight, not come with emotions, because emotions are great, but they don't win legal arguments. Facts do, okay? So educate yourself. For the town, what I want to ask you is there a committee or anything in place to start conversation? I understand it's not a permitted use, but the law works in funny ways, as we know. So is there a committee at all, or
There is not at this point in time, but again, as our solicitor has stated, okay, there is nothing before us,
Okay.
okay?
So
So,
is this
no,
something
there's
we
no
can-
committee in place. I mean, we're going to gather some more information from the mayor's side, but at this point in time, throwing an ordinance in place will basically do nothing because they could still come before us.
Right,
So there is not a committee that I'm aware of as of yet, okay, so to discuss it. And again, we're here with our agenda, and I'm happy to listen to people, and I really am, but this isn't an open, real discussion about this, okay?
I think the people of town are quite worthy of a statement.
I get it, okay, but
I think they're really
again,
worthy of that,
there's
and I
no
think-
open application. I don't know how
That's
many
okay,
times.
but I think the
But
town has a right.
Ma'am, understand, the agenda is for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
and all your statements were not anticipated by the people that are not here, because guess what? It wasn't on the agenda. So be cognizant of the people that are not here and who'll say tomorrow, I didn't realize it was gonna all be these people talking about this. So as a courtesy, the chairman has let you speak on a topic that's not on the agenda. My advice is that he shouldn't. That
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
basically the people that are not here are being prejudiced by
Sure.
what you're saying, because they don't get to hear it.
I mean, I think people showed up, but I'll respect you, the solicitor, and I'll respect you. I think you heard enough people, and I think
Yeah,
next.
we understand.
Yeah, next
we
week
get
they'll
it.
definitely come and, people want to get involved, so I
Okay.
think they earn that, but thank you.
Thank you. All right. I appreciate everyone coming out. Our next meeting will be July 1st. Is there anything for the good of the order from my board members at this point in time?
I got one, just, this is my ask, and, doing it in front of people today. Can we request from the applicant's engineers to provide PDFs of the site plans in advance of the applications coming in, or us coming in and actually getting a plan to open?
digital plans?
Yeah, digital plan in the emails that we get.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my
That's
ask.
simple. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Thank you.
We didn't do the minutes.
Okay.
Did you guys vote to shut down public comment, or?
Yeah, we're not going to take any more comments on the data centers at this point in time, correct?
Yeah, if you want to make a motion to end public discussion, you can.
Yeah, we're going to end the public discussion, and we get it. We completely understand, where we're at this point in time, and we get everybody's comments. But again, as our solicitor stated, we're really not, it's not on the agenda, and it's not fair to anyone else at this point in time. Come on.
She wasn't taking no.
I'll take one last person. Please state your name and your address, please.
My name is Antoinette Irwin. I live at 3628 Reading Avenue in Hammonton. I wanted to thank everybody that showed up, especially the grassroots organizations. I know we have some people from Sustain SJ here. Thank you guys so much for coming. There were more that were going to come, but there's another meeting going on in Deerfield about the same thing, so this is what we have for now. This is a planning board meeting. There's public comment, so I mean anybody's allowed to come up here and say anything that they want. So I think it's kind of a bummer that you guys are trying to shut it down. People did understand that this was not on the agenda.
Public comment on the issues at the agenda. It's not fair to the people that read the agenda and said, well, they're not discussing any of these issues, I'm not going to come. We're just trying to be fair. That's why there's an agenda, not Facebook agenda.
I understand that.
And that's, I'm sorry,
Okay.
that's how it is.
Well, I would just like to say that I was a planning board secretary for a while, so
Well, that's good.
I've never heard it explained that way. We have people come up, they can talk about whatever they want in the past. So I don't know if you guys do it differently here, and I apologize if you do. I just wanted to make it clear, they talked about a 200-foot list. If the application does come, you're only going to get notified if you live within the 200 feet. So you need to keep your eye on the agenda. I've been looking for a while
In
for
the
the agenda.
newspaper. It'll be published in the newspaper.
Okay. We had been looking for the agenda for about a week now. Can you guys tell us when the agenda is actually posted? Because I just saw it maybe 2 days ago. We've been looking for a while to see what other applications were on tonight.
Approximately 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago, the secretary just said.
About 2 weeks ago it was posted?
Yes.
Because I didn't see it on the website until a couple days ago. So we were all looking to see what other applications were on tonight. We just saw the sidewalk waiver recently.
So I think it's posted on the town website, isn't it?
It is, and it's usually, yeah, it's given, usually at minimum a week, but this was out 2 weeks.
Okay, so you guys are bringing in a data center expert. It sounds like you already picked a side. I know that you guys don't want to speak about it. It's just, it sounds.
But no, they're not gonna do that now.
Nobody's bringing in a data.
Okay, well, I just wanted to know what the qualifications
They're not
for the expert
doing that
testimony.
now.
We have no expert. This board has no expert.
Buddy Reiser's not coming at all?
No, whether he was coming, there was a bunch of people coming, not just him, he was the only one named.
Okay, and you said that it's being postponed because there's no application. I just wanted to say that the applicants typically don't waste their time and money to come to these board meetings unless they're pretty sure that they're gonna get a return on that investment. I just really think that we all need to get strong and get ahead of this before they come, once they decide that they think that this is a place, they're gonna keep pushing for it. The only pros that I've heard so far are ratables. Just wanted something that I keep hearing, something that I keep reading about. Our property values are gonna go down, our utilities are gonna go up, and.
I don't want to be rude, but it's not in front of this board at all. There's nothing in front of this board.
But it's public comment.
But on things that are on the agenda. You can't come in here and
I'm
talk-
sorry. We
Okay.
we
All
really
right.
have to close
Well, thank
this
you
now.
for listening. I
All right.
appreciate it.
All right. At this point in time, we do have to close this down. We have to approve the meeting minutes for our last meeting that I forgot to do, which was on May 6th. Could I have a motion on the meeting minutes, please?
So moved.
Second.
First and second, any discussion? Could I have a roll call, please?
Jonathan Bass,
Yes.
Ralph Capaccio,
Yes.
Michael Hozick,
Yes.
James Matra,
Yes.
Mickey Polia,
Yes.
Ray Schipione,
Yes.
Ed Willerman,
Yes.
Philip Barbagallo,
Yes.
Chairman Olivo.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry if we cut you off, but again, we try to listen to everyone and just understand that there's no applications out there at this point in time. Thank you and have a good evening.
We are not having a meeting.